Hi everyone, welcome to TheSimmersNook, or welcome back if you're a regular now. So this time I'm doing a little cabin in the woods build, and in fact I have this recorded for like months. I actually pre-recorded this as I was pre-recording the first few videos for the channel, like the renovating base game starter houses videos. I took a little break to do this cabin in the woods because I wanted something for the header of the channel. So if you actually go into the channel, you will see a header and it will be from this cabin. I wanted something cozy that will represent our name, and this is the build that I used for this. First of all, let's go to the basics. So I did this build in Little Falls Nook, which is in Copperdale, the Discovery University world. I thought this nook was really perfect with the lake and the bridge and all the woodsy things. It fit perfectly the vibe that I was looking for. So I went for this one. It's also a 20 by 20, so it's pretty small because I didn't want to do a big cabin in the woods. I wanted to do something simpler. So I felt like this was the perfect size and the perfect lot. I really like the lots that came with this world. They're really cozy, I think, most of them. So this house is now up in my gallery, which is called TheSimmersNook, so this is this channel's name. So if you want to download it, you can there. Back when I did this build, I felt I was a little bit untrained. Right now that I'm building in The Sims more regularly, I'm feeling a little bit better with the building functionalities, but back then, like, I hadn't been playing The Sims for like over 6 months because I was really busy with work. I was really untrained about everything. I remember struggling a lot with the platforms to make the entrance of the house, also to make the little sunken living room. It was just a lot, and I struggled with a lot of things. I also found a lot of items that I have barely used before, so I spent a lot of time like looking through the knickknacks. Another thing was that the bathroom clutter kit had just came out, and I think the other clutter kit, I don't remember how it's called, but basically the clutter kits had just came out or came out recently, and I hadn't used them before, so I wanted to use that too. So there's clutter everywhere. I wanted this cabin to feel like really cozy and lived in. I wanted to do a build that represented the vibe of this channel that I want to go for. Like, I want to do a lot of challenges and stuff like that, but I really love playing and building cozy builds and builds that look lived in and all of that. So most definitely I wanted to represent that with this build, and this is why I went for a cabin in the woods, because a cabin in the woods gives me that type of feeling. Maybe because I'm an introvert and I love solitude, I like this vibe better than just maybe city house. But yeah, I immediately thought of this and I wanted to do this. I found a photo on Pinterest. It's the first time that I was using a reference for this channel. Like, you will see that I said that in other videos, but they were recorded after this one. I found a picture of the exterior of a cabin. I will show it now. And basically it was the perfect vibe, exactly what I was looking for. Simple, because I didn't want a cabin that looked like very modern or anything. I wanted something really simple and cute. That was perfect for it. So I tried to recreate that, and I also had a hard time with that because I never recreate photos or anything, and I'm very, very perfectionist. I get to a point where I try to imitate everything, and that gets very hard on me. I think that with time, with doing more builds, I probably will get better at that, but right now I was like struggling to get the windows right and things like that. And then I realized that I just had a little pic of this house and I wasn't going to make them faithful. So the only thing I took inspiration from was the shape of the exterior, the picnic table outside, and also the yellow door, because I really like the yellow door touch that it had. Like, I felt the yellow door gave the whole personality of the photo, and that's why I went with that as well. For the exterior, you will see that in the end. I went for something really simple and kind of messy because I wanted to make the cabin look like it was still hidden in the woods. So basically what you will see is me adding a lot of tall trees and trees that look more like woodsy type, like not the cute trees you will sometimes I add to a normal house. I was a little bit tired from the whole build because I did that last and I didn't put that much effort into it, but I think that that translated better because I wanted the exterior to look like a little bit messy, a little bit woodsy, I don't know, natural feeling, like not something that was like properly landscaped. That ended up being even better. I put also some fairy lights. I wanted to match that to the picture as well, but the fairy lights definitely gave a nice cozy touch to it. As I said, I struggled with a lot of things in this house. I cut out a lot of the struggle. One of them was the roofing too. I have a hard time roofing. I'm getting a little bit better, I feel, but it definitely was a thing that stressed me out because I had this idea of having the bedroom upstairs and I wanted to make a sort of roofing, you know, when you have an idea in mind and you try to make it exactly as it is in your mind, it's always hard. Sometimes it's even worse than if you just improvise. But other than that, I really enjoyed this build. My idea behind the story of this build is basically this was a cabin in the woods, maybe for hunters or for someone that had it like a very small cabin maybe, and then someone bought it and renovated it, and maybe some other people bought it and, you know, renovated, added to it, because I know that sometimes things like that happen to builds like this. And that was my idea, and this is why maybe the interior and the exterior is a little bit eclectic, like different kinds of windows and vibes. Maybe, for example, the bedroom on top was added later, and with that vibe in mind, I added a lot of things that I feel like look different in style. Some of them could have maybe even come with the cabin originally or in the first renovation, and some of them could maybe be added later. And this gave me a lot of freedom in the sense that I've been like doing this renovating base game, trying to keep a simple style, and now that I could use all the kits, I could use all of my favorite items, explore some that I don't normally use and things like that. It was really fun and really freeing. I really enjoyed doing this build, and I also think that it came out really cozy on the inside. As you can see, I added a little window nook, and this is my favorite part of the build. I don't remember if I play tested this. I think I did, but I don't remember fully. I don't remember if that nook is functional, because I know you can sit on those things, but I placed them there like sized up and in a very weird nook. It is definitely cute and it was supposed to be a reading nook, so I added pillows. We definitely need more pillows in The Sims because it's always hard like to do stuff with pillows, and at least we have those ones, I think from a kids stuff kit. I'm not sure which one it is. I added some of those. I added some plants and some cute things around the nook, and I think it turned out really cozy and cute. Other than that, a part that I really enjoy too is the sunken living room. I remember when I was little, I used to draw blueprints of houses and think about how they will be. I wanted to be an architect. I ended up not being. We used to watch a lot of interior decoration programs with my mom, and we loved to watch those type of things. And I don't know if I saw it somewhere, but an idea for a sunken living room stuck with me, and I've been like kind of trying to recreate that properly for a while. I remember trying in The Sims 3, and it was this big struggle. It was so hard, and you couldn't place anything close to the walls of the sunken living room, and it was really messy. But now Sims have improved, and although we have some problems with platforms and all of that, it's definitely better, and I definitely had an easier time working with that. So overall, this is it. This is the build. I had another video planned to go this week, by the way, but I didn't have time to finish editing. But it will be a special video for May for something that I've kind of came up with myself as a challenge, and it's kind of complicated. So I will get that to you next week. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this build. As I said, you can find it in the gallery. Any comments, ideas for challenges, builds are appreciated. And also you watching this is also appreciated. I hope to see you in the next video. Please give it a like and subscribe if you have enjoyed my content, because you know that helps a lot. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!